rolling.
Jim, 4-2 defeat in the end, a frustrating night and a disappointing night in the end.
I don't think it was frustrating. I think that's disappointing and bordering on anger. And I'm looking across the pitch and I'm wondering, you know, the way they train, why are they performing like that? A lot of basic errors. And I know the pitch was. They took a while to get used to pitch and got used to the conditions, but that didn't account for much of the poor play. And I can't make excuses for them. I can't give an explanation why there's such poor play from front to back.
Yeah, defensively, it was especially in the first half. Every time Witton went forward, they looked like they were going to score, didn't they?
I think that was part of the problem. Yeah, we looked like we were at. There's a lack of communication. There's a lack of. We made them quite aware of what they'd play. Obviously, a big 9 and a 10 playing on the shoulder with runners from midfield. So it was pretty simple stuff, but we could have easily stopped lots of it. Large gaps, people not tracking. Some of the goals were really poor. But up front, the ball came back too easy. We gave the ball away. It never stuck. We never combined. I can't remember a good section of combination play between Theo, Liam and Pratty in the first half. I just thought they looked like strangers. They looked like we're playing in their own little game and not connecting with each other. But that's the problem with sometimes they don't train. They don't get used to each other. There was some positives, but there was a lot of negatives, and the way we defended, I just didn't expect that.
Yeah, I was going to say second half slight improvement, but it was too little too late then, wasn't it?
Yeah, I thought, you know, you try your best to, you know, you're concerned when you see a performance like that it's very hard for me of 10 minutes of psychology or organisation to turn around that performance. So you always feel that there's a danger that they may slip into that mode again. I gave them some simple tips. Stop playing the ball long, stop kicking it out of play, keep it simple, move the feet and move the ball through the lines. And when we did that and played hard low crosses, we looked like scoring, got 2 goals from it. Other good chances, but then I think that we looked like we started playing into their hands, and unfortunately it wasn't the whole team. It was just really poor errors at really critical times, and unfortunately if you don't have centre halves who can defend properly, a midfielders who can pass, or a forward who can hold on to the ball, then you're going to struggle. One of the biggest things I learned from my first day in management was a wise old saying that without techniques there's no tactics. So all the stuff that we want to see breaks down because people can't control the ball and can't pass it. So unfortunately there's too many poor techniques to man.
We said in commentary, do you think you've got the players who can pass the ball at times? It was easy when they were under no pressure, but when they're under a bit of pressure they seem to struggle to pass it, as you said.
No, I think there was times in the first half we played and we looked like you see little flashes of what we're capable of. I think there was lots of players who were in the wrong positions on the wrong side of the pitch and they weren't connecting the game. I think we've got too many players who run in behind and all you can see is the back of their shorts rather than their feet. But that's the stuff that we did in training. But if people are not in training, they go back and play their own game. But so that, in that sense, my coaching is a little bit of a waste. If I coach a certain way of playing, sharp, half turns, playing through the square in the midfield, and then people turn up on a Tuesday or a Saturday and just play their own game. So that I've got to question whether they can take stuff off training and see the relevance of it. Otherwise, we don't look like a team, we look like a bunch of individuals.
And a couple of individuals coming in as well, hopefully, in terms of additions to the squad.
Well, I'd like to think so, but I think people like Sinead were a massive plus. I think he came on, and then I think what Sinead did really well for us, because we had 2 midfielders who struggled to get a pass off, to see a pass, to play a pass. Sinead came on, and I'm thinking to myself, is it the pressure, is it the conditions? And then Sinead comes on and pops the ball around with consummate ease, and I'm thinking, it's not the conditions, it's the quality of the player, it's the confidence of the player. In that sense, he was a real plus. We've got no real plans to bring loads of people in, but I think I'm going to have to work really hard now in the transfer market. I was hoping that I had a group of players that were all United, strong, and all they need is a little bit more fitness, a bit more organisation, a bit more encouragement and confidence to play a certain way. And I think that unfortunately I was mistaken in that feeling, because I think we've got a lot of players who probably have not got United at the forefront of their mind, and probably haven't got being part of a well-connected team in their mind. So what I have to do now is sit back and reflect on this and see where I can improve. But ultimately, it won't be about new players. It'll be about getting the best out of the players that are willing to put that shirt on and play with a bit of pride.
And finally, injuries-wise, I mean, Kyle looked a bad one when he was hobbling off. What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, I think maybe I don't know. He's landed awkward. Again, it's a difficult one. But we've come away with some sort of innocuous ones and ended up being 3 or 4 weeks. So again, I think it's very hard for Jake to tell at this stage. I think he's got to let it settle down. There's an element of contact, which sometimes can disguise the potential of a muscle or a tendon injury. So we'll just have to see how the contact settles down, and hopefully, fingers crossed, he'll be okay. It would be a blow because I thought he was one of the players that looked like he could add something to the team and was a real plus at times tonight.
Brilliant. Cheers, Jim.
You're welcome.
Thank you. See you Saturday.
Yeah, nice and Jim. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you.